What's going on, guys? John here with Maniacs Garage. Hey, if you guys are new to the channel, thanks for stopping by. Make sure you guys check out all our other videos. If you guys are existing followers, hey, thank you so much for all the support that you guys have given us over the years. So it's a Saturday. I'm over here working in the shop, working on a gate for our main entrance because it's falling apart. So it's just going to be a steel frame. Pretty cool. Got some nice Zerk fittings, heavy-duty hinges. Just working on that, but I thought I'd hop on here because it's been a little while since we released any videos. It's been a few weeks probably, and I wanted to let you guys know why that is. So, well, you know, we had Christmas and we had New Year, and so family was in town for each of us and spent some time with them. And then my daughter is actually having a grandbaby, and there was a gender reveal party on New Year. So it was a New Year party at our house. Gender reveal party, super cool. There's going to be a little Maniac granddaughter, so it's a granddaughter, so pretty excited about that. And then some of us have been sick here and there between Jim, Ryan, and I, and we couldn't really release our midweek videos, the Maniacs React, the new segment that we started a couple of months ago. It is January right now. It's like I think it's the 6th today. January 6th, Saturday, and 2024. And so we couldn't do a couple of those Maniacs Reacts over the last couple of weeks, so those didn't go out. And then, of course, needless to say, we haven't really been able to work in the shop very much, just because of all the things that I just mentioned. So we do have several videos that we shot at SEMA this last November. Some really good interviews with some cool builders, some cool cars, and we've been kind of trickling those out a little bit at a time, but we're just not doing a really good job with this stuff right now. And we've been at this for about 3 years now, a little over actually. Maniacs Garage, as far as our YouTube channel. Our Instagram page has been around a lot longer than that, 7 to 8 years now that I started originally way back. It was called Rat Rod Maniacs for some of you OGs that have been following us. And it was changed to Maniacs Garage 3.5 years ago when we kind of started this project here behind me, which is the 49 Ford that is body swapped onto a BMW 335i. I want to say we have a couple of hundred videos of just this car probably. Maybe I'm lying, maybe it's 150 videos of just this car, doing it from start to finish, taking the two cars, merging them together, finishing the chop that was started before we picked up the body, and doing the white fenders and doing all the stuff to this car, you know, full custom interior. Definitely check it out. It's on this channel. It's in a different playlist. It's called, I think it's called the Born Again playlist. Either way, you can find it on here. So, but this car's pretty much done. I mean, there's still, nothing's ever really done, right? As you guys already know this, but you know, this is meant to stay raw looking. It's not coated. That's still just bare steel. It is supposed to stay that way. However, I do want to put some clear coat on it. I have this really cool stuff from Poppy's Patina. They sent it out quite a while ago. I feel pretty bad. It's probably a year ago now that I was supposed to put on this car. And I'm holding back on putting it on here because I feel like I want to do a couple of things to it before I encapsulate everything into that clear coat. And so one of the things that I want to do is just created these fenders about, I don't know, middle of the year last year. This is the last rendition of the fenders for this car. This is the third rendition, just so you guys, some of you may know, some of you may not know. But I like these fenders. They're really cool, except I want to finish them a little bit more. And what I want to do is I want to add a piece on the bottom here. So it's going to start, it's going to be at an angle like this. And so it'll start and it'll taper up to nothing, right? And then it's going to have a nice hard line right here, an edge that will get TIG welded in, grinded down, and it'll have a really nice three-dimensional look to it. And I want to do that on the back of this front fender as well. And then, of course, on the back fenders, which will look really cool because it'll have a nice large piece right here. So, and of course on the back of it as well. So that's one of the things that's holding me back from clear coating this thing. The other thing is that I really like a lot of these blemishes that are in the car. I mean, it's got 74 years or 5, whatever it is now, that this car's been around, and it's got some really cool blemishes. And I want to add a little bit more though, because I just like how that looks, but I feel like it could use a little bit more. In fact, there's this style that I really like. I saw it on I think I originally saw it on a Nissan GTR at the SEMA show. I don't know if it was last year or the year before, but I really dig it. The best way I can describe it is it makes the car look like the space shuttle when it re-enters into the atmosphere, and it gets like these little burn marks in it, you know, from literally the air as it's coming through it. I thought that'd be kind of a cool look for this thing, and it would be airbrushed on. I actually did buy an airbrush, and I think I'm gonna start experimenting a little bit with it. Basically what it is, it looks like it's got some like spray some black, and then you kind of spray some streaks out, right? So anywhere where there's like a high point that could catch air, if you can imagine it, right, as it's like entering the atmosphere, it would kind of streak, you know, backwards, horizontally, right? So that's kind of the idea. There is a guy here in Tucson that's actually really good at that. However, it's still quite costly, even just to spray some black airbrush lines on the car before I will do the clear coating with that Poppy's patina. The other thing I want to do to this thing still is I think I'm going to put the sponsor logos back on it. And we had them on there last year or a year ago actually now, for the Optima Streetcar Challenge. Ran all the sponsor logos on the rear quarter panel, and had a really cool black American flag on the roof. That was just the decal. But my idea is to make stencils and then spray that on in a black, just a monochrome, so one color black flag on the top, black sponsor logos on the side, and then distress it so it looks like it's worn. And then I think I'll be ready to clear coat it. So that said, this car is pretty much done. It's been running really well. We've been driving it around, doing different things, events and different things with it. So it's been really cool. You know, maybe one more thing. I never did get to the brakes on this car. However, it does have really nice brakes on it because this is a 2008 BMW 335i. I don't know, I don't think they had M Sports back then. I think it was like a Sport line. Correct me if you guys are BMW guys. But these brakes are factory on that car, and they're like 14-inch, I want to say, cross-drilled, vented, slotted, really nice rotors, and really nice size calipers. But they're not as nice as a red set of Willwood calipers. So I still may want to do that on this thing, but really, other than that, I think this car is looking really good. It's doing really good, and we've been having a lot of fun with it. So let me show you guys something else here. So this is the 62 Mercury, and so let me tell you guys how we've been working stuff out here at Maniacs. So the 49 Ford out there, that was my project. So I was kind of spearheading it, kind of everything behind it, you know, as far as how we were going to build it, fund it, do all of that. The 62 Mercury right here that we call the Manarc. So this is actually Jim's project. And unfortunately, this project turned into a way longer project that any of us really anticipated. This thing popped up on Craigslist here in Tucson a little over a year ago. $1,500. It was running, it moved front and back, was not roadworthy, okay? But it was all there, had the interior, it was crusty, but it was all there, and had this really cool patina that we just dug, you know? I mean, this is kind of right up our alley, so we love that. So Jim actually ended up picking it up. Well, that was a year ago. And we ended up pulling the motor out, completely disassembling it. None of us really have gone that far into an engine, maybe motorcycle engines, but not a V8. This is a big block V8. We took it down to the last bearing in the engine. A bunch of videos on this car too. We call it the Maniac, like I said. It's on our channel, and we literally rebuilt this engine from scratch. which is pretty impressive. I was impressed, so I don't know. But it is in there, it is running now. Hasn't been on the ground though for a year now, so we're getting pretty close though. Ended up putting new headlights in. We started polishing the chrome up. We want to get that all cleaned up. We're leaving the patina. Actually have Poppy's patina for this as well that we're going to kind of encapsulate and protect this patina so it looks the same once we're ready to put it on the ground. We did get the interior fully redone, and we went back to the original factory interior color and textures and everything. And we had a shop in Tucson do this work, and they did a really, really good job. New headliner, new carpet, cool emerald green. Not that I like emerald green, but it really, really works in this car. It's got 2 bench seats. Super, super cool. Spent a bunch of time on cleaning things up in the gauge cluster, making things work, light bulbs work, added extra gauges, tack right up here. That was quite fun to cut in there and remove the old clock that was in there. So check out the new door cards. Really cool. So all the way down to like putting new hardware in to kind of make everything work right. And what we're planning on with this car is to put it on some really cool modern wheels. It's gonna tuck. This thing's not getting a wide body as much as I'd want to, because I love wide bodies, but for this car, we're staying with this. It's gonna look better this way. So we're looking at partnering up with some wheel company and dropping this thing on probably some 20s, not gonna go super crazy, and then maybe get it tuck in pretty good. Possibly go do air ride on it at some point. But for now, we want to get it back on the ground, get it on the road, start taking it to some shows, start cruising around town. And so yeah, this is our current project technically that we've been working on, and we've been releasing videos on it off and on. It's not going as fast as we would want it. You know, it's really, really hard, you guys. We each have jobs. I'm a real estate broker here. Been super busy, run an office, we do property management, we do sales, residential in the southern Arizona area. Ryan, he works for a defense contractor, super busy too, travels sometimes. He has a large family, if you guys don't know, he's got 13 kids, so, and yet somehow he still finds time to get out and do this. And Jim, he's into mining, heavy equipment stuff, maintenance and things like that, management. So, and we all have families, like I mentioned, and we also belong to our local church. We actually go to the same church together, which is kind of cool to mention. So it's really cool because we do see each other quite a bit between all the different things that we do on a weekly basis. But getting out here and working on these cars, it's just been harder and harder right now. I want to show you guys a little sneak peek on something right here. So this thing is our potential next project. 59 Volvo, and I always forget the model on this, but you guys can leave it in the comment, and I will remember as soon as I get done with this video, but it doesn't matter. So 59 Volvo, super cool car. Picked this thing up for 500 bucks, and I literally purposefully wanted it to be 500 bucks because in my mind I wanted to take it on the Gambler 500. And technically it's supposed to have a $500 car. Nobody does, because you know, by the time you spend money on it to get it to be whatever it is going to be, because from my understanding it's 500 miles, mostly off-road, and people just, you know, beat on the equipment. So that really was the intention for this car. And so what I want to do with this, you guys, and don't hold me to it, because I don't know if I'm going to get my desire actually done on this one. We'll see. But the idea with this thing is to gut it, which is not going to be that hard because it's pretty gutted already. But look how cool it looks. Look at the shape of this thing. I just love this thing, man. It's got such a cool, it's like a humpback. You know, it's funny, a little fun fact. And again, you guys can comment on this and let me know if I'm on the right track or not. But some of the Volvos of this era, 50s, 60s, copied American cars from the 40s. Does this not look like a 40 Ford to you? I mean, it has a lot of the same, you know, aspects of a 1940 Ford. Of course, it's not same, but it's, you know, similar. Now, it's a lot smaller, way smaller than a 40 Ford. So here's the plan for it. I'd like to put this on a Polaris RZR. Slightly lifted, long travel suspension that already comes on the RZRs. I do have a RZR in here that I've had for 6 years now. So I know them really well, and I think this would be light enough because it's going to be gutted even more. Probably not keep all the windows, keep the windshield, but maybe not the side windows in it, because it will be basically a UTV. But that's kind of the idea for it, and then take it on the Gambler 500. I just think it'd be really, really cool. And so that project is chilling out there. We do have another project way, way back in the yard. Not gonna get to it right now, but that is a project that will probably be Ryan's project. I'll tell you this much, it's a 56. I'm pretty sure it's a 56, could be a 57. I always mix it up, but it's a Studebaker President. I think that's what it is, 4-door. It's cool because it was red and white originally, but it's faded to pink and white. And it's gonna be for one of his daughters, first car. So that's a project that we wanna probably frame swap to something modern, and that will be coming up at some point. But you know, in between all these projects, we're always working on something. So this is my RZR. It's a 2015. It's a non-turbo. It's a 1000. I love this thing. I put I'll put about 5,000 miles on this thing in 6 years, which is, you know, considerable amount on a UTV. And I just got done rebuilding kind of the front end on it, in a way. So I ended up redoing the diff seals, one of the bearings in it, both 3 seals, put it all back together. Ball joints, some of the boots for things, and it's on its way back together right now because I'm going to take it on a trip next weekend. That's going to be really, really fun down in Parker, Arizona. Some really cool trail riding down there, and I'm going to meet my best friend down there. He's got his, another guy's going to have another one. We're going to have some fun riding out in the desert. So this is our shop. You guys, you've seen it before probably. And this is where we kind of goof around and do these things. And, you know, we really appreciate you guys. We've had a lot of fun building these cars and kind of connecting with you guys at some of the shows and just in comments. We're on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. You guys can hit us up on any of those places. And I got to tell you, you know, without some of our sponsors like Boxo Tools, such a cool setup. Love this toolkit. Got the Eva foam, so you know what tools are missing, what are out right now on the RZR rack over there I'm working on. But without guys like this, it'd be really hard to do this channel. And so really appreciate Boxo. Appreciate the other guys that have helped on the 49 Ford Hostile wheels, obviously huge. They custom made the wheels for that car, and I know some people have their own opinion on, you know, if these wheels are cool or not, but I love these wheels. We literally had our hands on designing them from scratch, and they now sell these wheels on their website as a cast wheel. These are forged, but they sell this wheel. It is a big truck wheel, so, but that's what we had to do to get that big lip on it. But let me show you guys something before I go, because this is what I love about this car. Look at the stance on that. I mean, love that. Not stance like stance, you know, but like the stance, you know, like it just looks beef. Love how it looks. Love these wheels. And Toyo tires, obviously. Great partners. We love working with them. And a whole slew of other guys that help out on that project. So, well, hey, that's kind of it. I just wanted to leave you guys a video, drop something, kind of give you guys a little bit of an update as to where we've been, what we've been doing. We do have some really cool plans. We want to really reignite our merch on our website, which is at maniacsgarage.com. Got some cool ideas for that. So, I mean, obviously these things are on the website. Things like this are on the website. We do have a rendering for this, and we have a rendering for the 49 that we never released in a t-shirt. I think we want to do that. I want to get those out. And then I got this other idea about working with some other builders and putting their cars on a line of t-shirts. So stay tuned for that. Kind of in the works. and let us know what you think of that. All right, guys, that's pretty much it. Hey, make sure that you guys are subscribed. I know a lot of the people that are watching this are not subscribed. It does hurt our analytics as to how much these videos get pushed. And I know this is just a talking video, but usually we have working videos on these cars, and then we have our Maniacs React, which is a cool midweek video where we pull up 3 cars that we comment on. These are cars that we pull from our Instagram page that we posted, reposted, and we comment on those. So yeah, that's it, guys. Thanks. Happy New Year. Merry belated Christmas, and Happy New Year to you guys. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in another video.